You're lying in bed right now, and you feel it. That solid sense of Anmida, the same one that woke up this morning. The same one from 10 years ago. But what if that feeling is the oldest trick your brain ever learned to pull? Here's what most people miss. The sense of a core on you isn't just a belief. It's a full-body conviction. You'd bet your life on it. And yet, thousands of years ago, a teacher in India looked inward and said there's nothing there. No fixed self, no core. Just motion, just process. And here's the strange part. Modern brain science is starting to agree. But this isn't just some dusty idea from an old text. Right now, clinics use this insight to treat depression. Labs use it to study how drugs reshape the mind. Therapists build whole programs around it. The question of whether Nayun are real has left the temple. It's in the scanner. It's in the data. And what it shows might change how you think about your own mind, your stress, your grip on who you think you are. So let's start where you'd expect. The feeling itself. That sense of ni-is that hums beneath every thought. Where does it live in your brain? You might guess there's a spot, a control room. A little throne where Nayun sit and watch the world go by. Researchers went looking for it. They put people in brain scanners and asked them to think about themselves. To judge statements like, "En I am honestly" or "Enan I tend to worry." And something lit up. A network of regions scattered across the brain. Not one seat, not one throne, a web. This web fires together when you daydream, when you drift, when you think about your past or plan your future. It hums along even when you're doing nothing at all. In fact, it burns through roughly a quarter of all the fuel your brain uses at rest. For a network that's just you talking to you. But here's the catch. Those regions don't fuse into a single thing. They pulse in sync, sure. They work together. But pull the camera back and what you see isn't a self. It's a pattern, a rhythm, a dance that only looks solid because you never pause to watch it closely. Now, thousands of years before any scanner existed, a very different kind of search was happening. With silence. The Buddha sat, looked inward, and broke experience down into 5 raw parts. Think of them as the ingredients of every moment you've ever lived. First form, your body, the weight of your hand on your knee. Second, feeling, not emotion, but the bare tone of each moment. Pleasant, unpleasant, neutral. Third, the brain's act of labeling. That's a chair, .2. That's my mother's voice. Fourth, mental formations. Your will, your habits, your choices. And fifth, awareness. The bare fact of knowing. The light in the room of the mind. His claim was radical. Look at each one. Form changes. Feeling shifts. Labels flicker. Will bends. Even knowing itself rises and falls. None of them stays. None of them holds a lasting "not me, doc." Take them apart, and no hidden self remains. It's like a bundle of sticks tied together. The bundle looks like one thing. Cut the cord, and sticks scatter. There was never a secret stick hiding inside. But that sounds like a nice thought experiment. Maybe too neat. So let's get concrete. Let's go to a lab. You're sitting at a table. In front of you, 2 hands. One is yours. The other is rubber. A fake. A researcher hides your real hand behind a screen and starts stroking both hands at the same time. Same spot. Same rhythm. Within seconds, something wild happens. Your brain starts to claim the rubber hand. It feels like yours. And when the researcher suddenly stabs the fake hand with a fork, your skin erupts. Your heart spikes. Your body reacts as if it were your own flesh under attack. Most people fall for this. Your sense of my body rewired in under a minute, with nothing but a paintbrush and a piece of rubber. Now stretch that idea further. In rare medical cases, surgeons have cut the thick cable of nerves linking the 2 halves of the brain. The result? Each half can act on its own. One hand buttons a shirt while the other unbuttons it. One hand reaches for a book, the other hand puts down. 2 agents in one skull. And the left half, the one that handles language, doesn't panic. Instead, it makes up stories to explain what the right half is doing. Smooth, confident stories. Wrong stories. It fills the gaps with fiction and never blinks. So if your body can be fooled in seconds, and your brain invents stories about its own actions, where exactly is this solid Nayun hiding? Let's go deeper, into time itself. You probably feel like awareness is a smooth, unbroken stream, a river of now. But it's not. Your brain builds raw now in pulses, tiny frames. Each one lasts a sliver of a second. If 2 events happen close enough together, your brain merges them into one. It stitches, it edits, it smooths. Like a film reel spinning so fast you forget you're watching still frames. Think about what that means. Your sense of being one ongoing donneur across time is itself a trick of timing. A flicker so fast it looks like a flame. Your brain doesn't stream reality. It builds it frame by frame and pastes it together so well you never notice the seams. But here's where it gets personal. What happens when you loosen the glue? Skilled meditators report something striking. During deep, open practice, the sense of self can thin out. Sometimes it drops away. Not sleep, not zoning out, full awareness, but with no armiu at the center of it. Just seeing, just hearing, just being without a being, that brain network tied to self-reflection, its connections weaken. The chatter quiets. And in that quiet, something opens up. This isn't just a report from monks on mountaintops. Researchers measured it. The part of the brain most tied to the feeling of oneg showed a clear dip in activity during deep practice. And the deeper the practice, the stronger the dip. Now there's another path to the same place. A much faster, much stranger one. Under certain substances, the same network doesn't just quiet. It unravels. Regions that never talk start talking. And the sense of self doesn't just thin. It dissolves. Subjects describe losing the boundary between themselves and the room, between themselves and other people, between themselves and everything. The shift is fast. Within minutes, the usual hum of Einenmiu starts to warp. Before long, for many, it's gone. And here's the thing that puzzles researchers. When the experience fades, people don't report feeling broken. They report feeling free, lighter, more connected. As if the self they lost was a weight they didn't know they were carrying. But wait, let's stop here and ask the hard question. Because there's a serious pushback to all of this. If there's no real self, who decides? Who's responsible? Who plans? Who commits? Who loves? Some scientists argue that a stable self model isn't a trick. It's a tool, a needed one. Without it, you couldn't bind your memories into a story. You couldn't weigh choices. You couldn't hold a promise across time. They point out that when the self-network breaks down in disease, what follows isn't freedom. It's confusion, breaking apart, loss, and they have a point. The self may not be a marble statue, but it might be more like a program running on messy hardware. Disrupt the program and things fall apart. That doesn't mean the program is fake. It means it's useful. It does real work, even if it's not a thing you can touch. So here's the fine point that most takes on Shashno self you miss. Buddhism doesn't say experience is fake. It doesn't say you should walk around pretending you don't exist. It says the mistake is clinging, treating the pattern as lasting, treating the dance as a dancer. The river still flows. You can still swim. You just don't need to pretend the river is a rock. And that shift, subtle as it sounds, carries real weight. When you stop defending a fixed identity, something hands-on happens. The sting of an insult fades faster. The grip of an old grudge loosens. The fear of being not enough quiets because there's no frozen Rayun to measure against. Suffering in this view isn't caused by pain. It's caused by a self that grabs pain and says, "Yar, this is mine. This is me." There's a helpful picture here. Think of a movie projector. Each frame is still, dead, but spin them fast enough and you get motion, story, feeling. The motion is real in the sense that you feel it. But it's not a thing. It's a process. Stop the reel and there's no motion hiding between the frames. The self works the same way. Real as a feeling, empty as a substance. But this picture has a crack and it's worth seeing. A projector has a single light source. One beam. Awareness doesn't work that way. There's no single beam. The light comes from everywhere and nowhere. It rises from the interplay of billions of cells, each one flickering on its own schedule, and somehow out of that chaos, a world appears. That's stranger than any projector. And that strangeness is where science and ancient practice actually meet, not in agreement on every detail, but in a shared conclusion. The self is not what it seems. It's not a thing. It's a verb, an act of constant becoming, not a frozen noun. If this shifted something in how you see your own mind, there's a lot more at this depth on the channel. Drop a comment and tell me which part landed hardest. The rubber hand? The split brain? The meditator losing the me? I genuinely want to know. Here's what stays with me. That marble bust you've been carrying around your whole life, the one you call Wyoming, it was never marble. It was water, always moving, always changing shape. And the moment you see that, you don't lose yourself. You finally stop drowning in the effort to hold the river still.